Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunch with Linda. I'm Linda Daniels, and you are now inside Northampton Wools. And we might be just a tiny bit late because, of course, Kate and I were talking, but what I'm going to say is it's because of the time change. Everybody's running a little bit late. I hope you made it through and are not suffering too much today for your lack of that 1 hour sleep. Well, we have a lot to get to today. It's March 11th, 2024, and I'm so glad that you are able to join us. So say hello, whether you're joining us on YouTube or Facebook. We like to know that you're there. Because we have a lot to get to, I want to dive right in. So last week I showed you guys my Valari pillow. We've been talking about it all week long. I've been showing it to customers, and if you come in the store, you will have a chance to try one. And the pillow that I got last week is it came with a basic black velour cover, and I had ordered a custom pillow as well. And this week the custom came in, and I wanted to show it to you. So I was able to first of all get these two colors. The top is the pink and the bottom is the cranberry, and they're kind of two different fabrics. This is a little bit more velvety and this is a little bit more suede-y, and it has piping around it. That black cover did not have piping, but here's what I love. The thing about the Valari pillow is that it's made for gamers, and they have a place or an opportunity for you to put in your gamer name, your handle. I don't have one, but we have NoHo wool. So I had them embroider NoHo wool. And then they had this great graphic of knitting hands. And so I had them put that on there too. So cool. That's all extra. That comes with the top of the line, the Epic. And you can have that done for yours as well. Kate brought her pillow in.
This is the legendary.
This is the legendary, and this is the black cover that it comes with. Nothing embroidered on it. But it's a nice cover. It does unzip, and you can use it. So Kate's been taking footage of her using it and knitting with it. We're going to compare the two just to try to figure out what's the difference between the three different styles. And we'll do that later and let you know. But we're going to be talking a lot about it as we both use it and both begin to really enjoy them and benefit from them. We'll keep you posted. We did put the link on the website, so you can go to our website, look for the Valari Pillow page, and the link there will take you directly to the Valari Pillow page, where you can then use our discount code to purchase yours. That'll give you a discount, and I do get a little bit of a kickback for being an ambassador for that. So it benefits both you and me, because we can't carry them in the store for a number of reasons. First of which is they won't sell them to the stores. But it's fine. We have seen a lot of you that have gone ahead and ordered them, and I would love to hear about your feedback as well. What do you think? How long did it take you to get yours? I think it's probably going to run about 3 weeks now. And if you like it and what you have tried to do with it. That's the Valari pillow. So tomorrow's my day off, so I'm taking it home and going to knit with it there. So we have begun to get in a lot of the summer cottons and things, and I've got a lot of them here on the table to show you. The first one that I wanted to talk to you about is the bamboo pop that comes from Universal Yarn. I told you last week that we had it, and Shelly very graciously brought in the top that she has made out of it. This is Cityscape by Lisa, and I can't remember her last name, and I didn't write it down, but it's a sleeveless top with a little bit of rib pattern on the side. Really attractive. Shelly wears this as an undergarment a lot for all year long for warmth. She'll wear it as a shell with maybe a little shirt on or something over it. And she said that this is already a couple of years old and has been washed and dried a whole lot. Look at the cleanliness of that fiber. You would not know. You can see a little bit of wear at the underarms, of course, maybe a little bit right here, but boy, this stuff is holding up beautifully. This is the cotton and bamboo blend. And it is 50% cotton and 50% bamboo. There's 292 yards in a skein. The colors are really, really brilliant. I'm going to show you some of them. And when you look closely at the fiber, it almost looks like there's a little strand of darker, there's some depth to the color wrapped around the color. So that could be the bamboo part that's wrapped around a cotton strand. It is knitting, or it says on the label, which are getting smaller, that it's knitting between 16 and 20 stitches to 4 inches. So that's right in that worsted weight gauge. When you look at it, you're not going to believe that. You're going to think that it is much thinner, but trust the process. They wouldn't put that on the label if they hadn't tested it. And Shelley has knit a lot of items with it. So maybe if she pops on, she can testify to just what kind of needle she used and how it knits up. But it seems to be a very, very smooth, clean yarn. I didn't bring all the colors over, but I brought some of them. So being cotton and bamboo blend, it's completely machine washable and dryable, which also means it's going to be terrific for baby and children's items, especially for those baby and children that might be sensitive to wool or combinations. Joe is here. And here's turquoise. Joe is our mailman, so we'll unlock the door for him. And this is a really rich orangey red. And like I said, I had Eileen knit the the watermelon sweater, the baby sweater for us. So that will be coming to us this week. And there are more colors than that. And at 292 yards a skein, it is not going to take much to make a baby sweater. You'd be able to do a solid color one in just one skein. If anybody else is having trouble, Barbara just said she couldn't get it on Facebook. Are you on Facebook, Kate?
I don't think it went to Facebook. We're going to post it there after.
Okay, we will share it to Facebook afterwards, so we might not be on Facebook Live right now. Who knows what happens?
Keep trying to make it go there, and it's just not.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened. Oh, thanks, Eileen. So the models are in the mail today, so we'll be getting that watermelon sweater in. And goodbye to that. Okay, bamboo pop. The other yarn that we have gotten in, I didn't bring over. Okay, so we got a bunch of Trendsetter yarns in. The first one is called Cotonella, and it is a self-striping yarn. And this one is on a size 7 or 8 needle. So that would be a worsted weight gauge as well. Again, 16 to 20 stitches to an inch. So this one, we've got about 8 different colors in it. And it's one of those yarns that you really have to dive into to see what the other colors are. And I brought some of them over so that you can see what the choices are. But it's really hard to tell just by looking at the outside of the skein. Thanks, Penny. Thank you, thank you. And I want to show you what it looks like when it is knit up. And that is in that pile of books right there. I have it open to the page, or I did. It's that one. Oh, I have it right here.
That's where it is.
Sorry, guys.
We were so prepared.
Exactly. I was kind of prepared.
Yeah.
This is what the model looks like. We had this in the store briefly when I was choosing the colors of the yarn. And on this page, it shows what each of the colors looks like when it's knit. Now we didn't get all of the colors.
But that's
There
cool.
were some of the real pastels that we didn't get, but that is really cool. So we will have this next to the yarn so that you can see what the colors are and what they look like when they're knit.
Oh, I love that color. So pretty.
Yeah, and so we had the shawl in for a couple of days, and everybody that saw it really, really loved it. And that one is going to take about 4 skeins of yarn, but they have 2 other designs in here that both Kate and I really liked. Kate is going to try to make this shell.
I
one
I
over
love
here.
the tall neck.
Yeah, the
'Cause
tall
in the
neck and the
spring,
sleeveless.
My neck gets cold, but my arms don't.
Right. Lots of ribbing in that, and then a little bit of stocking net stitch. And then the other vest that I really liked was this one. Dink. With the buttons. Wouldn't this look really sexy with the buttons in the back?
Yes.
Maybe not the pocket in the back, but the buttons in the back,
Leave
yes.
the pockets off, yeah.
Yeah, forget that pocket. Okay, so that's
idea.
now on the shelf and in the store. And it has a really nice soft feel. This is the color that shawl is done in, color 005. They don't have names. Exactly, exactly. All right, that's one of the Trendsetter yarns that I got in. And again, there were customers here when we had the sample box in for me to choose from. And this next yarn is one that everybody went nutso with. And so I caved and I bought 4 colors of it to satisfy that need for bling. This is called Brillina, and I've got white and a beige. It's reading pretty white on the screen. It's not as white as that. And then a black and a gold. This is a knit along. So you would use this strand along with another yarn. And one of the yarns that I'm going to use it with, we're going to do a little hat with that and the mohair. So we'll hold the 2 strands together. If you remember, a couple of years ago, Bonnie did a hat that we called the snowball hat that used both the sparkle and an angora together. But we're going to use these 2.
Sequins, and this one doesn't.
This one had sequins. This one is going to give you that. Oh, that glitter shows up nicely against that mohair.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to give you that bling. And it'll be 1 skein of each for... so what we figured, $37, you could make a really nice hat. So I'll be working on that this week to get that done. Kate brought over some of the other mohair colors that I kind of bought this Brillianta with to go with.
Good matches.
Good, I think I did a good job.
Yeah.
Those 2 look
That
really
light one
great.
is just
And
so
this will be
pretty.
gorgeous.
Oh.
We might have to do a hat in every color just to show it off. Really, really pretty. So you're not limited to working with the mohair. You're not, of course, not limited to making it in a hat. I thought it would be tremendous as a shawl. Take one of the strand of the mohair and just do a shawl with it, but it will take quite a bit of yarn to do that. So I was just trying to do something a little bit smaller. The last yarn that we got from Trendsetter, or the other yarn that we got from Trendsetter, is a tubular yarn. This is what you might be seeing as called a t-shirt yarn without actually being a t-shirt yarn. It's constructed like it, but it's not as big and thick. So it's a tube, a knit tube that has cotton blown into it. This is a cotton and viscose blend, or poly. So it's 70% cotton and 30% poly. So there's a little bit of stretchiness to it, not a whole lot, but maybe you can see it there. It's a little bit stretchy, like that. And it's really, really round. So it's going to knit super smooth and crochet as well. It's going to be really, really easy, fast, and so fun.
I'm excited to work with it.
I can't wait. So I'm going to take this color today. I brought over the really bright spring colors so you could see them. There are more colors besides this. We got white, we got black, right?
We got
denim blue, and olive. So we got more subtle colors, but I chose to bring over the really bright colors. I am going to crochet with it because it'll also be a fantastic crocheted piece, and I'm going to do this little crocheted V-neck top.
I want to make that out of the dark green.
That'll be beautiful. This is going to look stunning and really grab everybody's eye. And I know it's young, but everybody has a turn, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets a turn. So those are some of the new yarns that have come in. We are expecting the big order from Knitting Fever and Euro Yarns in this week. So I'll have even more stuff to show you next week. We did get in a new colorway from Earth Yarns. They have come out with, I think they're probably going to do this every year because they did it last year. And we got notice that they were doing the Pantone color of the year, and that is this sort of peachy color. And I think when Pantone comes out with a colorway or color of the year, it doesn't matter what shade that color is, people are going to grab anything. So it is a peach or orange is the color for this year. Cantaloupe. So they did this, and then they did the multi to go with it. So these are the two fingering weights. This is the yarn in fingering weight. We also got this color in the worsted weight. For some strange reason, Shauna was talking to me on the phone and said they did not do the solid in a worsted weight. I don't know why, but they did do it this in a worsted weight. They did do these two in the fingering weight. So you can make a lot of the things that Emre was showing us. First is the Oh So Chic Cowl, and that's the one that looks like this. This is a slip stitch pattern done with a solid color and a multicolor. This particular one used the spiral grain, but you could use those two colors of new colors of Unique and give you the same kind of look. It is done in the fingering weight. This is a little bit of a mosaic pattern down here and a slip stitch pattern up here, which mosaic is slip stitch. And it's knit flat and then sewn together. And then the edging is done in the round. No, it's also done flat. So the whole thing is done flat. I can see the seam right there. So easy knit and then sew it together. And I love, love, love the way these kerchief cowls look. They just are so attractive.
They really are.
When they're on.
It creates that V going up.
Exactly.
Looks good with your sweater.
That's
today.
three things around my neck.
Oh.
But yeah, I thought the color would look good. So this line always draws the eye up to the face. So it's a very flattering look because it also pulls everything in. So we've got this pattern ready for you and lots of choices of fingering weight yarn. I also grabbed another color. This is a regular in stock color of the fingering, but it also goes with that new squash or cantaloupe color. So there are lots and lots of choices. So there's that one. Then we also got in fingering weight the dublo hat. That's this hat that is doubled. So you basically are knitting two hats. Now I thought originally that it was cast on here and you knit one hat and then you picked up stitches and knit the other way, but it's not. It's actually cast on in the center, top, and then increased, and then you knit all the way down and decrease. So it's actually knit all in one continuous piece.
Whoa, cool.
And the hem, it's not really a hem, this fold line right here is a little bit of a Latvian braid.
I saw that.
So it's a really interesting stitch. And what makes this hat so fun is that you end up where you have so many choices. You can wear it like this. You can fold that edge up so that you have the contrast color.
Cute.
and you can wear it, there goes the hair,
I know, right?
the other way.
But that Latvian braid as a turning row is really
That's the
pretty.
turning row, and that's what really makes that sharp, crisp line. I can't see what I look like, thank goodness. So
You always look good in beanies,
Oh,
but
well.
I like you in beanies, but you don't.
So we have this pattern in, and this is also fingering weight. And again, lots and lots of choices. Spiral grain that I've showed you a lot of times before, or the unique fingering, the harvest, and the monochrome fingering all will work for this pattern. And one last one that I wanted to show you is the puppy tooth blanket. This is crocheted, and this is crocheted in 4 different squares and then joined together so that you have the color work going in the different directions, and that's what makes this blanket so interesting. So this piece, you're working back and forth this way, and then when you join them together, you turn this piece so that the stitches go this way versus this way, back and forth like that. And then just a little line of crocheting them together makes it really quick to put those 4 pieces together. This is also done in fingering weight. We have the pattern for this as well in the store. And it is, Joanne, a very warm hat because you have that almost quadrupled layer by the time you fold it up. So those are the new samples that we got in from Earth Yarn that we've been waiting for and so happy to have. And the new colors from them as well. We did, just at the beginning of last week, I think it might even have come in, it did come in before Monday, but I wasn't able to show it to you last week. We have the new Lana Magazine. This is their summer issue. And boy, the sweaters in here are incredible as usual. They are doing such a beautiful job. I know you've heard me say it again and again, but it is true. And basically, this is the last knitting magazine that is being published. Everything else has gone by the wayside, including Vogue Knitting. And although Vogue Knitting is a big part still of our lives, they are going to continue to do the Vogue Knit Live. They are not publishing the magazine anymore.
That's wild.
So this is the one place where you can grab the magazine and make some really great sweaters. I love this one. This is such a perfect summer sweater. Olga Putano is a really popular designer. I've done a couple of her designs. Okay, and then the other thing that's in the magazine is they did a survey of their customers, and it's a really interesting take on what knitters around the world are knitting. And one of the things that I found really interesting was this question right here. Top down is the way to go. 80% of the knitters who responded to the survey prefer to knit their sweaters seamlessly from the top down. And 66% prefer to knit their socks from the cuff down rather than from the toe up. And this was the other thing. 48% of knitters like to use printed patterns rather than digital patterns. I think that's also a reflection of probably what the average age is as our demographic ages a little bit. I think the younger you are, the more likely you are to just use it digitally. But even this short sleeve hoodie, look at how cool that is. This sweater I'm going to do in the other cotton, the kind of denim, the long and light tweed DK. Because I think it will look good.
Name.
It's got a ridiculously long name. So this is now available. You did get it up on the website, Kate. You can order it on the website and pick it up in the store. We do only get 10 copies at a time. So if you love that magazine, you will want to get yours soon. Then we got 2 summer books in from Trendsetter that uses some of the yarn that we got and some that we didn't. So you are more than welcome to look through these. And let's see, this one has a great crocheted bag in it. And oh my goodness, I designed a sweater just like this for Frog Tree Yarns a bunch of years ago. This one. It's knit in 2 different directions. The bottom part, let's see if I can get this in the phone. The bottom part is in a different direction than the top part. I'm gonna have to dig that pattern out of the archives. Let's see, it was this one for a color block. I thought was really, really fun. Easy to do in really pretty combination of colors. We're seeing this kind of just drapey, easy to wear, easy to knit. Notice the drop sleeves and the mock seam up the front. And this is not the one that has all the pockets in it. I liked that shawl too. A great way to use up different colors. Very, very stark. Yes. And then we are seeing pockets on everything. So there's a pocket on this orange. There's a pocket on the
large pocket
pink.
too.
Yeah. And a pocket on that short sleeved. And here's my caution. We love pockets. Yeah. Who doesn't like and use a pocket? But watch out for the placement. You do not, it's a style thing to put those pockets up a little bit higher, but if you are at all booby, it's gonna look like you have a boob in the pocket. It's not attractive. We tried it. I have a design coming out for Plymouth with a pocket on it, and it needed to be lowered because I initially put it up too high, and it just does not look good at all. Same design, but in a different lightweight mohair. And I love this garter stitch one as well. So the summer stuff is starting to come in. We're going to keep you informed about it as it comes. And you'll be on top of everything. So where did my little, here it is. Even though it's not April, all of the independent yarn stores across the country are gearing up and getting ready for local yarn store day. It is scheduled for April 27th. It's always the last Saturday of April. And we just got in the stickers that we're going to be giving out when you make a purchase on local yarn store day. So it's a sticker. You can peel the back off and put this any way you want. That's just one of the things that we're going to be doing. And as the yarn store day stuff comes in and we get it together, I'll show you. So mark your calendars. You definitely want to be around to participate in that. The other thing that I'm going to ask for is this. I need a professionally done headshot. And if you are a photographer or know of a professional photographer in the area, will you please shoot me an email so that I can get in touch with them and make arrangements to have that done. I need it for a couple of different things. And as good a job as Kate does with photographs, we do need this one to be really, really right. So I'm looking for a photographer.
Professional equipment.
With professional equipment and something that I can get all jazzed up for, as jazzy as I can get. It's St. Patrick's Day weekend, and in Western Mass, that means one of the biggest parades in the country. If you are a Western Mass native, you have either participated in or gone to see the Holyoke St. Patrick's Day Parade. It is the #1 day when everybody breaks out their Irish knits, their Aran sweaters, and puts on whatever green they can find to go with it. So you are going to be seeing a lot of cables all over the place. And if you go, dress warm. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you don't go, you can watch it on Channel 22. It is broadcast live. And then I think they have a place where you can go and watch it later on. But it's always a fun weekend. So watch for that on Sunday, on St. Patrick's Day. I have one more thing to tell you about, and that is a really wonderful story that I was told this past weekend. Thanks, Barb. There was a woman who is not known to me, came into the store. She was visiting, I think, her daughter in the area, and she's about to have a grandchild, so she came in looking for a simple pattern and some yarn. She was not a very accomplished knitter. She hadn't knit a lot in her life, but she really felt the urge to knit something for this new grandbaby coming. And I was winding the yarn up for her project so she could start right away. And as we were sitting there across the table from each other, she looked at me and said, "Would you like to hear a story about my first sweater?" And I was like, "Of course. I love sweater stories." So she began to tell me this story. She said that the very first sweater she ever knit, she made a little over 20 years ago. She knit it for her daughter with, of course, all the care and love that all of us mothers would put into that kind of thing. Her daughter came home from college, and she gave the sweater to her daughter as a Christmas gift, which her daughter, thankfully accepted and was grateful for. And she said, about a week after my daughter left to go back to college, I found the sweater carefully wrapped and stuffed in, that those two things go together, but
kind of
carefully wrapped and tucked away, that's it, tucked away in her dresser drawer. And the mother accepted the fact that her daughter probably didn't love the sweater and chose to leave it at home. So mom just left it in the drawer. So mom said to me, 10 years go by, at least that, and my sister is visiting me from out of town and has not brought a sweater for the cold spell that we were having, and said that to me, said, "I didn't bring a sweater. Do you have an extra sweater?" And the woman said, "Of course I do. I have an extra sweater that you can have." She said, "I got that sweater out of the drawer. It was fine. My sister wore it and loved it so much that she took it home. So it now belonged to this woman's sister. She owned it and wore it herself for about 10 years. And her daughter, the sister's daughter, saw it on her mother and remarked on it and said how much she loved it. And the mother said, "It's yours," and gave it to this daughter. The daughter took it home and wore it, and ended up being photographed in it, and ended up on the cover of a magazine. I think it was a hiking or nature magazine of some kind. And it is a riot for this original knitter to now see this sweater that she had first knit for her daughter end up on the cover of a magazine being worn by her niece after 25 years of the sweater's existence. So you never know where what you knit is going to end up. So knit it with love, knit it with the best stuff that you can, and with the most love that you can, and then just watch that sweater's journey. I love that story. It just really touches my heart that this sweater found its way to the absolute right person at the absolute right time. And if I had any kind of memory, I'd go out looking for that magazine, but I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but I did want to share that with you. All right, so we're in our regular hours again, everybody. It's Wednesday through Saturday from 10 to 5. And this week is going to be glorious once we get through today. The temperature is supposed to go up. The sun is supposed to shine. And I hope that you are able to find some time to go knit something. Bye.